Hi, my name is Kayak Companion. I'm a CAD student at MCC, and my CAD 240 final project is a college companion for the full-time or plus student, 12 or plus credit hours. Most people today are getting the roll bags, to carry their books. I took the design a little bit further because I take 18 credit hours. I have taken at least 15 since I've been here every semester. And I've instituted I've kind of took what I had and pushed the design a little bit into a full cooler, detachable cooler that you can take with you if you choose. Have a separate laptop bag, so if all you have to do is have your laptop, you can take just your laptop with you. And then have I use the full carry-on because I have roughly 5 to 6 books plus folders plus. So I use a luggage carry-on because they're surprisingly they're cheaper than the actual design roll bags you see going down the hallway. So that's my final project.
My name is AJ Willett, and I'm a student here at MCC, and I am a aspiring CAD designer. I'm here today to present this product I've made today, and I am a console gamer, and as a gamer I need a lot of things while gaming, and this is my ultimate gaming chair. The concept of my chair was to have all the necessities I need right at my side while gaming by creating this table part here, and I've actually applied it just to the gaming chair I was already using. The features of this are a cup holder to hold the beverage that I am currently drinking while gaming, as well as a few other necessities. This tabletop here and all of its customization, I've got some gaming tags, and the console I play on printed right on there were printed in our 3D printer, and I've used PVC pipe and angles to create an arm. To attach the arm to the chair, I've used 3 or 6 conduit hangers and nutted bolted them together. This is a presentation file. It's called an IPN, and it's going to start as an exploded view of my product and show how it all goes together.
My name is Tyler Wiebinga, and I designed a tabletop and base for my CAD 240 final project. This is an exploded IPN of the view. It just shows, an IPN is what shows the part going together. And then this is my B-size title block, what you'd see if somebody were to display it out on, I don't know, a presentation. Here's the parts that I designed. I have all these parts at home. There's the table base, the rod, and then these spacers that put it together to create the final part. And this is what it will look like when it's assembled. In real life, I have taken pictures of the one I built at home. As you can see, it looks pretty much identical. I used over 2 gallons of epoxy resin to create the tabletop. You can see right there. Probably an estimated 20 gallons of liquid encouragement and 1,500 bottle caps. And here's some more photos. That's that. This is my exploded IPN, and this is how it goes together. As you can see, the spacers and everything are lining up to let the rod drop down in, and there's a nut at the bottom that screws it all together to keep it compressed so it doesn't move. It's a pretty simple design, but what I had to do is take images that I either took or took offline and decal them onto the parts that I created to make either a mini keg, or I actually took a picture of my table base to decal it on the top. All these screws and pieces for the part were taken off of the content center, and that's about it. Last part is these 2 screws screw into the bottom. Alright, little lag there. Screws into the bottom to finally connect the table to the base. And this is the entire assembly.
Hi, my name is Kevin Knaus. I'm a CAD student at MCC, and for my 240 class I have designed what I call the Kayak Companion. This is basically a boat that is attached behind your kayak so that you can bring along your camping gear and everything extra you might need that don't fit in your kayak. I have used this basic pyramid attachment piece that we printed in a 3D printer. This piece right here actually hooks to a kayak. I have pictures of it actually hooked in place. These tubes are for storing a chair and a tent, and there is actually one in each of them right now. I pull them apart. I don't want to rock it. Fold up chair, top tent, and there's a lantern in there too, so that if you need to go out camping, when you get to where you go, you just simply pull it all apart and start digging into it. I use this technique because me and a bunch of my friends who kayak, we never have enough room when we go out to actually go camping, so you can only really do a one-day trip. So I designed this so that you can have a tent, a chair, a lantern, and anything else that you'd like to put inside of it. I have Pepsi in it right now for people, but that is my design. It attaches, it makes it as one piece, and it actually flows through the river, I think. This is one of the pieces I printed in the 3D printer that fits into the crevice of the kayak that is bolted onto your kayak when you tow down the river. Here's another view of it at a different view. This is all three pieces that we printed off the 3D printer. This bolts to your companion, these two. This middle one goes to the kayak, bar slides through them, and you got two knobs that screw on. This is kind of mocked up in my back room on how it's supposed to look, and this is in my front yard put together with my kayak. This is an IPN, a presentation file, where it shows how it all comes together.
My name is Jeff Salisbury. I'm a CAD student here at MCC, and for my final project I made a doghouse with an automated feeder. This is what the final model looks like. This is my exploded view. Pictorial, part balloon, showing what everything is, and rendered photo. Sub-assemblies. This is pictures of me as I was building it, and the different stages I was working on. This is the final model. This is how the model comes together.
My name is Nick Stellard, and this is CAD 240, the senior capstone class. My final design project was actually given to me presented to me by another person. The design concept is that is for a table that that will self-cool a computer tower while it's running. The air coming off of an exhaust fan on a computer ranges between 110 and 135 degrees. And for major industries like City Financial, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, stuff like that, where they basically run the stock market and you live and die within a 30-second window, they need computers that can run, at top flight level. The problem with that is that the HVAC, the heating, ventilation, and cooling systems in a building can't keep up. So within 20 minutes of firing these computers up, you go from a room that's 65 degrees to 95 degrees, and you're in a suit, so feels like it's 120 degrees. My design concept is that you take the exhaust air off the tower, funnel it into either into like a cooling chamber or directly outside via a 4-inch elbow that sits off on the corner. Now that elbow would connect into a wall piece that you could tunnel directly out to the outside air, or on a day like today where it's a little bit cooler, you could shut the box down a little bit so that you could have more exhaust air in the room, so that you wouldn't have to spend so much money heating the building. And this right here is a monitor stand, which most of the guys that use these types of things have 3 or 4 monitors running, so that way they can view multiple things all at once. This is the physical model of my cooling table design. The design of the table is actually a little bit deeper than I would like it to be. The height is at 31 inches, which is about 3 inches taller than what the tables in the CAD lab are. So they're, it's fairly comfortable to sit at in a regular standard chair that will rise up and down. This right here is the monitor stand, and this piece here is a jig fixture that I made in the 3D printer, and there are actually 2 little screw holes that are in the back of this thing, and the monitors themselves actually have a mounting piece that uses M4 screws that will actually fit right into these. I use the exact same bolt hole pattern. So if you wanted to, the monitor sits on this, and then this slides down over top of every ring, and then you can slide it back and forth along it, so you can position it wherever you want it to be positioned. Underneath the table is where the brains actually happen. There's a cooling box along with a connecting piece and a flange that mounts directly to the back of the tower. The flange I actually made in the Inventor software using sheet metal. I had to rip that down to get it to fold down into a flat pattern, and then I took a razor blade and cut through the first layer and traced over the template so that it would fold up and wrap around on itself. It's just held together right now with duct tape. In a final design, if this were ever to go into production, anything that you see in cardboard would be made out of sheet metal. And over here is the ductwork, where either you could have it just exhaust back out into the room, or if you wanted to, you could connect another 90-degree 4-inch elbow out into a wall so that it would be exhausted outside. These are only about $2.50 a piece to get. It's not like it's real expensive to go and buy one of those.